Here's a rack full of vintage clothes. And here's a table full of vintage denim and more. There's a chipper shredder. Quite a bit of different furniture pieces and more. Vintage lamps. Looks like some stained glass. Some cool like liquor and beer signs. Art, pottery, and more. Vintage toys, old signs, marbles, more signs, more toys. Oh yeah. Sterling silver jewelry, military stuff, looks like motorcycle club stuff. Oh my gosh, all kinds of nice items. There's some more rings and jewelry and sterling and sports and coins and currency and watches. Nice framed turtle shell rattle and arrows. Cool display. Plains Indians, I believe. A lot of new merchandise like pallet buys and Amazon overload. All sorts of stuff on this table. Happy Meal toys and vintage Christmas and comic books and more toys and sports memorabilia and more. Vintage caps and sports and records and on and on and on. All coming up in this week's auction. Yes, indeed. Here's preview video for this week's auction, May 8th, 2025. We're located at 1801 Guinotte Street in Kansas City, Missouri. 65120. We're located in the East Bottoms, just east of River Market. I tell everybody to take 3rd Street East out of City Market. It's really the best way to get here. You can also come down Independence Avenue to Chestnut if you know that way, but GPS usually takes you to Front Street, and that will, you know, there's a lot of trains and such there. So see, auction night, doors open at 5, auction starts at 6, and then every Wednesday we do open house kind of preview. Come in, take a look around, check stuff out for yourself. That is from 11 to 1. Make sure you're subscribed and give us a like and copy the share link and all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll get going here and show you what we have. Once again, this video is not intended for entertainment purposes. It's purely informational, folks. There's a lot of other channels where you can find fancy edits and crazy graphics. We're just simple folk here. Simple Midwestern flyover folk. And there's no time to freaking do all that stuff. You know, just shows you what we have going on this week. So the auction usually starts somewhere down here. So I should have just stayed down there. But here we go. Yeah, look in this case. All of this Lee stuff, tiny, like little kid sizes, or I thought salesman samples at first, but I don't think that's it. Also, Bob, my friend Bob, told me that Lee also had a teddy bear at one point, you know, like they had Buddy Lee, and then they had a teddy bear that wore Lee stuff. So anyway, yeah, and it's not all that. There's that, and then those. Let's see. I've got some buttons and some enamelware, some old matchbooks, some postcards, and all sorts of stuff here. Songs of KU. More military stuff, like motorcycle patches, maybe some motorcycle club stuff in there, sterling jewelry and more in there. Those big sterling cuffs are nice. like this has got to be signed, right? Yep. Oh, Frank Gifford. More sterling in there. Whoa. Sorry about that. Landon Course of Cartooning, 1921. My cables are getting all in the way. I've got this thing plugged into an auxiliary battery. Lots of REA, Railroad Express Agency stuff. We've had a lot for weeks. We just keep opening boxes and boxes of it. Coins. Jewelry, more sterling, sports stuff, watches. Looks like some more signed books. Walt Bodine, Shirley MacLaine, Dukes of Hazzard coloring book. Gotta love that. Better get that coloring done before Boss Hogg closes on the farm. Every single episode. Looks like some graded cards. Photographic images on 10. Quite a few of them here. Looks like the book is empty. Wait, is that Jesse James? I don't know. Maybe it is. That's something, one area of collecting. These old photos. If you know what people look like, you know, like, I don't know, all the you know, historic figures from back in the day, they show up from time to time and can bring tens of thousands of dollars. Something I should probably bone up on, but this is vendor reports to Plains Indians display with arrows and the turtle shell rattle. Nicely displayed. Let's see, old postcards. I think I pretty much hit a lot of stuff here. This is really cool photo album of like Netherlands, I believe, police. What were these? Oh yeah, these are like little like Warner Brothers tattoos, temporary tattoos, kids tattoos. This is a medical device for, I think, eyeglasses, maybe. Ball signed by somebody, some people. Really, really cool old signs, too. Vintage toys, there's more of those over there too. These old collegiate beanies. Soviet cap. A nice beaded band. Oh, is that beaded? No, just embroidered. So various items appear. Railway Express Agency. Wyandotte helicopter, Hubley helicopter. Fender Starcaster, Stratocaster. And watch the whole video, guys. You've made it this far. Just let it play. It really helps us in the, you know, algorithms and all that. Show, you know, get our watch hours in and all that stuff. Neat signs down there. And then a lot of times, I'll put a little Easter egg at the very end of the video. Not every time. bad he's lost his arm still. Knights of the Zodiac, X-Men, and some Star Wars and Spawn. Looks like Native American pottery shards. Cool minnow trap. It's a real deal, not a reproduction. There's a Spaceman G.I. Joe back there. Looks like some sort of like dressage or hunter jumper, some sort of English saddle on the stand. Oh, folk art piece. That could be something. Leon Collins. Pretty neat. Oh, there. Little article about him in Texas Farm and Home. There's American Karate 86. Chuck Norris signed. It was hard to tell if it was really a signature or pre-printed, but then I looked at other, online copies of the magazine, and they did not have that on there. Another saddle, like Western saddle. These are really neat. Like silent movie lobby cards. German, city-states or something like that, or just cities, crests. Somebody else's hole-in-one. That's pretty cool. Just put a new plaque in there. That's neat. All these guys are Missouri Milk Goat Breeders Association. California, Missouri, Columbia, Missouri. There's award ribbons all framed up. Some signed John McPherson, Jan Elliott, Mark Tatuli. Cartoons. Models. That's really cool. World War I bubble frame. Hard to see with the glare. Ugh. Medical stuff. Appears to be. What the? Oh. Halloween. Texaco clock made in USA. All vintage light up Santa. Some sort of kind of vintagey. Yeah, made in China. Chiefs. What that is. These like throws are kind of nice, I guess. Pretty cool. Let's see. So that stuff probably isn't going to come up front. This stuff might on this cart. There's KU, logo 7, Korea. More vintage KU, I think. Tag kind of silky. I'm not sure. I doubt that's US. So yeah, you want to come in, preview, check all that stuff out. There's a US. Wow, that is something. Oh, that's dope. Hush puppies. Made in China. I'll be damned. What else we have over here? Oh yeah, these HBT denim key. I don't know what that one is. Brookfield. Another Brookfield. Our key. Sort of like an old tuxedo. There's Red Cross. The Red Cross. Like kimono, maybe? Oh no, just a vintage dress. Oh yeah, like a Chinese like worker like jacket. Chore jacket, I guess. Apparently these people traveled all over the world. That's pretty neat. Alright, I'm gonna go over here. And let's see, I showed you these guys. Then this stuff, I haven't really looked to see, look at the tags and stuff. So come check them out. Then we get here to some really cool stuff, neat old bottles and sports stuff, galvanized Native American pottery. Those walking sticks are cool. There was some more up front. I think I showed you those. Shirley Temple, litho in USA. Oh, wow. A lot of old prints. Some original artwork. And more in there. That's worth taking another look at. I'm going to jump over here before I forget. Some signed KU and other balls here. Beautiful glass and porcelain and china. And then here, some more vintage trucks and such in freaking cherry condition. Like 8.5, 9 out of 10. There's looks like 50 star flag. Then here, just a weird assortment of vintage stuff, like a little kid's pinstripe suit. That's a neat old piece. Another neat piece. Like kid stuff, I guess. There is a market for it for sure. I don't know if it's in Kansas City. I don't even understand if this is 50s or 60s. All right, all that stuff has to get put away. Oh boy. It could be a fun little box. Prince in the shower with a crucifix behind him. Oh, that's going to be a good box. Look at those all in the sleeves and everything. Somebody took care of the records. My name is Luca. Cute. That's badass. This one should be all over this box. Electroflex model something B10 electrophonic. Okay. Made in Belgium. Let me come look at this stuff. Come on down. Cookware and slides and barware, stuff new in the box. All these slides, which can really do well. So I'm gonna stack just like they are. All right, ooh, look at that stuff. Come pick your stuff up, people, if you have stuff to pick up. Good Lord. All right, more clothes here, some vintage in here. That's a cool Remington vest. And there's so many clothes this time. You know, not all like vintage, like by the book, but some neat stuff and Y2K stuff for sure, and local things. Like cool stuff, you know. Electric Lounge. Not in Austin. Record bar, record bar. Oh, dang. Getting into some for real vintage westerns and more. Cool. I mean, that's a fun rack of clothes there. I hope people get some cool stuff. I used to have this game or a version of it. It was really fun. It's like gives you all these situations like you're in the water, you're surrounded by sharks, what should you do? And you like choose like 4 things or whatever. And like one of them is the right thing, as I remember it. It's really kind of cool. I liked it. Could never get anybody to play with me though. So I just took my game and I went home. Some beer signs down here, a little janky. The neons need some work. That Olympia like has that chunk out of the top, but still, it's a nice finished piece. Like a watch display, I guess. These are cool. This whole box full of these freaking swizzle sticks, baseball swizzle sticks. I thought these were cool. All these like souvenir ashtrays, train stuff. Apparently Ziggy's on top there. I'm gonna put him right there. There's gonna be some sleepers in here for sure for the toy people. Okay, let's see. So after that table, we're going to jump back here. We'll get going on furniture. That's a needle piece, mid-century, 2-tiered side table. Lamps and chairs. There's some golf clubs back there. A china cabinet may or may not be here. We kind of got some the humanity. Somebody kind of just dumped a bunch of crap on us, and the guys weren't really paying attention to what was going on. I wasn't here, so I mean that. Anyway, stuff that we shouldn't have even taken in here. Big furniture like that, we can't give it away. So they may be taking that out of here tomorrow when they come and get. Sorry, I'm getting a little too personal. Dang, a stainless steel tetrahedron. No, I'm sure it's a table base. Halloween. But still a tetrahedron, I guess, right? Am I even saying that right? You know, this furniture here. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes it takes off like crazy. Sometimes it's hard. That should do well. Air conditioner looks clean. This is kind of cute. Little like propane, I guess. Burner cart. 5 horsepower chipper, shredder, MTD yard machines. Don't know if it works or not. Come in preview or something. Did you crank up this chipper? Yeah, he's busy. We have all this like new merch kind of stuff that we've been selling, like big boxes full of coffee. I think some of it might be past expiration, but not all of it. Get yourself a... Oh, bro. These are awesome. I have a couple of these here, not this exact kind. They're pretty cool. I'm gonna take these out of here. I see their AirPods. Put those there. They might end up being back in there. But I can see somebody just wanting. Those almost should be choice, but they should find their value. Airplane is selling the bottles, not what's in it. Some books. And all sorts of neat stuff. Italian, like a grape basket. Wine locker. All the stuff still has to be put away. Oh, no, that stuff is going out the door, isn't it? Let me try to get around it here. All those moths. What's that say? Manhattan College Basketball League trophy. Oh. Fun stuff. Interesting assortment of items back here. Like some obviously like from Europe, and then some obviously from USA. Huh, wild. What a diverse selection. All right, let's go look over here. Ooh, this is a liquidation going on back here. Hopefully it finds some value. I think it should. Those were from last week. Somebody got a deal on all that. All right, so we'll go over here and burn our way down this end. All right, here's Michael's corner, where he's kind of setting his own stuff up. We're not, really looking too much, so you know, I mean, he knows what's up. And look at these, like US marked machinist. That's a badass toolbox, man. Mid-century lamps. That pink vacuum doesn't seem to want to get out of here. He's got some stuff hanging up on the wall here. These might be vintage pants. 1970s, he says, Wrangler Elites. Oh, Seaboard Railroad line. It's kind of neat. All right, we'll get there in a second. So I kind of showed you this stuff here, I think. Yeah, I did. You never know what's going to be on here. He does a lot of like storage, locker stuff, and doesn't really take, he's like, there's a few different people that buy stuff like just to sell it down here. That clock, that was here a couple weeks ago, and nobody wanted it, so we just moved on because that is freaking awesome 80s clock. But yeah, there's a few different consigners in tonight who they buy stuff to resell here. They might sell some stuff other places, but they buy stuff to sell at our auction, and that's again, like, humbling. So vintage denim, you're just gonna want to come down and dig through that. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Costumes, I'm hoping. And yeah, over here, these cool, what was it? Johnny Red Rimco cannons. Camera stuff. Medical equipment. Some vintage games and stuff down there too. More camera stuff. And more and more. A lot of these books are first editions. Didn't seem to matter much last week. These beaded table or table door, whatever they're called, covers or beads, or I know we've had some a few weeks ago, and people come to an auction, they get to like talking and hanging out, partying and stuff, and then they don't pay attention and we sell what they wanted. I know somebody was like, damn it, these are crazy. Like cassettes, geriatric anesthesia for urologic surgery, drug toxicity. Nuts. That could be something. Didn't look it up. So yeah, nice vintage over here. Just come in and look at that stuff. I need to get this thing in third here. You get the idea. In the photos and video, you know, merely give you an idea of what's going on, you know. Dang. So we got a whole tub of Kate vintage. Not necessarily vintage. There's going to be some vintage for sure in here. I mean, what's that? 2012 KU. Yeah, looks like some comforters or something. Alright, could be a good bag there. Looks like an AE1. No, FT. B. Alright, I showed you that stuff. Let's get through here. More Railway Express agency stuff. Fun scrapbooks and photos and ephemera. Too bad that's so banged up. Again, there's gonna. Whoa! Look at all those freaking phones. Huh? So cool. We should do well. I thought there was another one of those somewhere. We might have already sold it. Knives and lures, be careful in there. There were some, I don't know if they're out yet, but some, yeah, like Seal, the Disney VHS. And I don't know if you guys know, I didn't know, but they're like grading these now, encasing them in plastic and grading them. You know, like ball cards and stuff like that. So, yeah, I didn't realize that, but yeah, I guess that's it, guys. So we'll see you Wednesday for preview and Thursday for the auction.